Hello and welcome to Dr. VGP Talk Show. Welcome to Dr. VGP Podcast that reaches 42 million households, including 38 million in India and 2.4 million in America. Today, we are in Calcutta, the city of joy, right here in India, in Sector 5, with the power couple of the year. Meet Ranjana Dasgupta and Bikram Dasgupta. Thank you so much, Chief, for joining us on the Dr. VGP's podcast. And you all have been innovators and a legend, and we are really honored to have both of you. Indeed, in all my 130 odd episodes, it's the first time we have a couple. So you're making a first here again today in June 2026.
Thank you.
And you have so much history. You're a legend in your own right. You have so many firsts. And we know Bikram Dasgupta has played a historic role in India's technology revolution during the early 90s. A pioneering entrepreneur you have been as the driving force. If you all remember how the first American company which came to India, the Dell, he was responsible for the motherboard of Dell being manufactured in Noida, India. And he was the driving force of the PCL's leadership with Dell, and most instrumental in bringing Dell computers to India. Here's something he will talk to us later about hardware and software of India. And sir, tell us, with all your experience, and alongside him is his wonderful, charming wife, Ranjana Dasgupta, who runs the Bikram Dasgupta Foundation, an accomplished leader and a philanthropist whose commitment to empowerment of women, education, and social development has strengthened both the impact of the Globsyn company, which he has founded, and the foundation. Together, both of you all represent a remarkable partnership where business, success, and social responsibility go hand in hand. Chief, we'll get to the first question. In the early 1990s, India was just opening its economy to the world. And what convinced you that the global technology companies like Dell would become transformative forces in India? And what were the biggest challenges in bringing Dell to the Indian market?
Thank you very much, Dr. Vijay. I think I was in the market, world market that is, on trying to look for creating value for India in the global world. And two things stood out very clearly. One is that we are over 1 billion people in this country. So people as a raw material is always available in India. And these are intelligent people. These are undergraduate people who are college educated. So educated people available in India. And fundamentally, they are all English speaking. You don't get all over the world this combination really. So here we had a mix of English speaking people, middle class, a large number available in one place, which was India. So this, to my mind, that was a lovely back end of how we could develop this exercise of synergy between India and United States of America. That's how it all started.
Fantastic. So what were the challenges did you have to overcome to bring Dell to India at that early 1990s?
Oh, there were plenty of challenges. First of all, we as a country were not exposed to
Foreign collaboration.
manufacture of microchips. We never made semiconductors in India.
Yes.
So that itself was a challenge. And then the knowledge therein, very, very limited. So we had to really hunt for it, go to the engineering colleges, teaching electronics, and then figure out where do get such people to help us.
Very interesting. Bikram Ji, you became the defining force during the early 90s in this transformative process of India. And what were the leadership lessons you learned at that time when you brought Dell to India? Does it still be the guiding force for you today?
Yeah, I think main guiding force was making others believe what we believe.
Making others believe what you believe.
Yeah.
Okay.
But that in itself was a big challenge in India. So I think I set about that task first, met several college professors, met several undergraduate students, talked to them about technology. Very early days, mind you.
Correct.
It was late 80s and early 90s, and went round the country and then tried to convince them that India is the place. For me, India was first, and then came others, because I wanted to put India in the global world map,
Which you did. Which
we finally did.
Yes.
Yeah. So I think that was the main challenge. It was tough. It was not easy.
I believe you.
And we set about the task of finding out first few people to come to meet us in this challenge in the podcast and take it forward.
Great. We are today in Sector 5 in Kolkata, where you have built this Globsyn group. Tell us, in which year did you found this work habitat, as you call?
Yeah.
2006?
It might sound very funny, but it's true. We were the first people to do this. And so, we started from this level of semiconductor assembly, and then we went on to getting chips together, microchips together. And then I had the help of my wife, Ranjana, who was huge inspiration to me, because those days we need people to come and talk the same language to the public face from a country like India. So I think that was a very major task, which we did.
Ranjana Ji, as Bikram Ji, our living legend, rightly pointed out that you were a huge inspiration for this Globsyn organization and group. And today it's giving out 750 students in the School of Business, apart from the many other initiatives. Now, how have you contributed, apart from what Sir has said, to shaping the culture, the values, and the social vision of the Globsyn group?
I will not say professionally I have contributed anything, but where I contributed is that fundamentally I saw him that he was a bundle of energy, and
he's still today
a bundle of energy. And who never got scared to jump into a fire, and rather he would jump into a fire, see that what are the burns like, and let me figure it out. So that was very inspiring thought, like as a personality in him, which I always appreciated. Like he was always bubbling with energy to do something. And whether he knows or he does not know, he always said, I will figure it out. And that is where I supported him in the family side. Like he did not have his mother, he had an ailing father. So I think I supported him on the in the family side to take care of the children, and also keep on inspiring him. What you want to do, you keep on doing. I am there. I would not call him when his father was sick. I will take the load. I said, as I took this part of life, let me do it fully. Not call him when his father is sick, you come back. So I allowed him there. And so he was 100% into his work. And he was always sharing his vision. because in the bedroom we always had a table and chair. He would keep on drawing, sketching how it will be, how he's thinking, and I was there to share his vision. It was like that, and that time my sons were studying abroad, so obviously Rahul and Romit came later. So I was the person with whom he was sharing all his visions, right, correct, wrong, whether it is very something which cannot be done or which is practical. All that he would, I was working as a sounding board to him essentially. And I think since I did not take up any career as an individual, I took the family way, the home front. I took the home front as my career because I always, as a child, wanted to be an IAS, but I got married at the age of 21, and ever since, I think internally I always supported him, or I saw him through his eyes. I saw doing something bigger for the people, and this social element was always there in our family, like his mother, my mother, his father. They were kind of a, whatever you people do, you do for people. Don't think selfish. Always think
Wonderful.
little wider.
I think you're the reason why he developed the Globsyn Crystals, this wonderful building, and where he has the work habitat, and you have a startup cafe. Explain the reason why you wanted your staff and your fellow colleagues' wives to come to the space where they can have dining. Please tell. It's a very interesting concept right here.
Yes. In fact, it was very interesting even to me. See, what was happening was in our line, whenever I say our line, I mean the information technology line.
Yes.
Both husbands and wife work, by and large. Normally after work, the husband will meet his wife over a coffee at the coffee bar or coffee shop, and they'll have a cup of coffee, discuss their day in office, and go home. This was the normal culture. Very early days of IT, mind you. And I felt, why the wife has to come all the way, or the husband has to go all the way? Why can't they meet in a single place? So the ideal place for them to come and meet was a coffee shop, where both husband and wife can have a cup of coffee and share their day. That's how it all started.
Okay.
So that was a coffee shop. The wife came from work, husband came from work, and they started discussing work again, but in a very relaxed way. That was the
And
difference.
another first, sir, what you did is the global synergy. The first time you blended the academic with the corporate sector, where actually you had work on hands with the IT, hardware, software, with the coding and other things. And you also wanted the students to expose that, and that's how the global synergy of both that concept came to you in 2006. Today it's over 25 years, the Globsyn International School of Businesses, and every year you have 750 students graduating from the School of Business. You have MBA courses, and could you throw some light to our viewers about the School of Business?
Sure. Thank you so much. In fact, everything we were doing at that time was new even to us. Not only to the parents, but even to us. But we knew we were doing something new and something which will catch on before others. So I think the concept I told you about husband and wife meeting together
Yes.
after work, same thing extended to the family. They took it home, but they took coffee also home. It's a good thing.
Cyber Cafe, yeah.
Cyber cafe. So the environment was very informal and very relaxed, and they could chat. So in fact, good thing in our case was most of the time both the husband and the wife were working. So we had a working husband and a working wife. So that helped, and we had a fruitful discussion, but they were all informal. The friends joined in that chat, and it had a good evening time with coffee.
Fantastic. Now, where do you see the Globsyn School of Business in the next 5 years? Are you introducing new programs? Are you think?
Oh yes, this was the early days.
Yes.
So Globsyn Business School, as it's called, has grown many fold now. From just a school of business now, the time I'm talking to you, we hardly had 100, 200 students.
Correct.
Now we have over 800 students.
Wow.
So it's really grown. We have a full-fledged campus. We have another part of the city, Calcutta, called Amtala, where we have 800 students. It's a campus
Yes.
by itself. And so it has seen its wings unfold and really grow. So it has grown, and so everything has grown into a size and shape which is beyond individuals like us, when it has become for the community. And that was always my thought, that I want to do something which will go into the community. We will impact the community. And mind you, again, I'm sorry to repeat, that these were happening very early days of IT.
Yes. You were the pioneer.
We're very early days. So people really welcomed it, and we received very good, huge support from everyone for doing this.
In 1999, you brought out this book, Minds on Fire. Literally, you had Minds of Fire, where you brought the first American company, Dell, to India in 1993. What made you write this book, and how did you give the title, Minds on Fire? Your mind was literally on fire. I could see in 1999. It's reprinted several places about it. And so you also say in a footnote, the all or nothing attitude, the consuming impatience that characterized the first years of your career has slowly given way to your near philosophical acceptance, even gratitude for past achievements. They have more now mellowed to become a patient traversing of hills and vales, of exciting triumphs and successes, in sparks and flares, and a raging forest fire. But I continue to dream forest fires. What a lovely quote from you, sir. Could you tell all our viewers more about Minds of Fire? What state of mind you when you wrote this extraordinary book?
Every youngster like me those days would love forest fires.
Yes.
Particularly if you happen to be in the United States. Forest fires is a phenomena there,
Yes.
and particularly some part of USA.
California, yes.
Yeah.
We recently had a huge
Huge forest
fire.
fires. So, I was part of it, part of the whole ecosystem, and we enjoyed seeing forest fires, and that led to this thought process. So what we did was we had to put youngsters together and give them an idea that what happens if you succeed. That is the first thing we had to make them believe. That the idea was to make them believe that they can do it. And once that happened, one thing led to the other, and series of things started happening.
I just opened up a page on 71 of the Minds on Fire book, which you authored, which says 3 crucial factors in the numbers game, which I think all our viewers would like to know. With a lot of startups coming globally in the IT sector today, in any new business, quote unquote, a volume-driven business, I would say that major factors determining its survival and growth rate are: 1, you have written in the book, phenomenal entrepreneurship; 2, constant growth and dispersal, distinctly measurable each month; 3, enormous drive and aspiration. Most concept-driven, intangible companies are built through high aspiration, not necessarily high resources. How poignant. IT falls in this category. And the last item is the content aspect of life has to be more pronounced than the container. What a profound statement. I'll repeat it. The content aspect of life has to be more pronounced than the container. And by this you mean that which is inherent in you to perform rather than nature of your job or role. Could you comment on that statement?
Sure, sure. See, many of the things you have made me talk today was inside me, which actually you helped me take it out. And this is one such. We took these things out of our system because people kept on telling us, remember what? That you are changing the world. For a 20 plus youngster was huge. How do I change the world? Just by doing this, I'll change the world? Sure you will. People told me that you will because nobody has done it in India.
Wow. You guys just listened. You heard Dr. Bikram Dasgupta. I think we have to give you an honorary doctorate if you have not already earned it because you've done so much. You're a legend on the first. And he said that he has changed the world. And truly he has changed the world. Go ahead, sir.
Yeah. So that whole thought of changing the world with this work, which we were doing, brought in enormous amount of energy within us to work harder and produce results. I think that was a key to success in what we did.
And then 9 years later, you brought out another book, I Did It My Way. I mean, this is another book of the living legend who's with us in Calcutta and the VGP podcast, which says, I Did It My Way. And you published this in 2018, 8 years ago, 9 years after your first book. And listen, here is a quote. All of you all know Padma Vibhushan N.R. Narayanamurthy, the founder and former chair of Infosys. And this is so significant. As I'm reading it, I'm getting goosebumps. If there is one person who executed confidence, joy, and hope while carrying the huge burden of the Indian IT hardware industry during its formative years, it has to be my friend Bikram Dasgupta. Wow. That's such a, and this is written here in the back cover of the book on the hard copy of I Did It My Way. What a wonderful title. And this was, I think, one of the greatest salutations you can get from Infosys founder chair, where he has totally credited you. I would say I've been in Chicago and we have not heard of you. I think you're one of the forgotten heroes, which we must bring. This podcast will bring you back to your times, and all the IT entrepreneurs around the world should know that here, I'll repeat this, if there's one person who exuded confidence, joy, and hope while carrying the huge burden of the Indian IT hardware industry during its formative years, it has to be my friend Bikram Dasgupta. Sir, we salute you on behalf of the world for what you have done. You're truly a legend. How would you like to comment on what your good friend Narayanamurthy of Infosys has said about you?
This is a matter of great joy and happiness. But I must also confess,
please,
that most of this has happened at a time when I was not knowing what I was doing.
Like most geniuses, they never know what they're doing.
We always knew the starting point. We didn't know where it's going to take us. So it was one such thing. And this gave us huge amount of joy. I must also thank my wife Ranjana and my sons, Romit and Rahul, who are not here now, but unknowingly they have also played a huge role, huge motivating factor for me in indirectly governing me for being able to do. So I think it's and of course the society at large, the young parents those days, who all wanted their sons to know IT and do well in their information technology revolution, because please don't forget that India brought in the Silicon Revolution between 98 and 2002.
98, right.
That period. And there was 4 years which changed India completely. I was in the thick of those 4 years. So I think God also helped me, my family, my sons, and my environment. Everybody contributed to what I did.
And this comes to the third interesting book authored by the living legend. It's called BDG Diaries, Learn in Turn. That is the initials of Bikram Dasgupta. And I think Rupa Publications has put together all his notes from time to time, which would be a living book for all the IT entrepreneurs. And Bikram Dasgupta ji has said a wonderful quote, which I'll read out aloud for all our viewers. Try to get a copy of this book, and it'll give you a lot of nuggets of how history was made and why we are proudly India standing as an IT giant globally. And it's thanks to people like Dr. Bikram Dasgupta and his lovely wife Ranjana. You have knowingly or unknowingly sparked the IT revolution in India in the early 90s, and which is being marked in time and it should be etched in history and recorded.
Thank you.
100 years from now, Mr. Bikram Dasgupta, the legend says, it will not matter what my bank account number was, the sort of house I lived in, or the kind of car I drove. But the world may be different because I was perhaps important in the lives of a few young men and women to whom I tried to impart some values to live better, work better, and above all, be better. Wow, it's so significant, resounding words of a great legend, which is very important in our times because all of us living in America, living in Dubai, living in India, and all the metro cities, we all like to flaunt our bank accounts. We all like to flaunt our big mansions and gated communities. We'd like to flaunt our Mercedes-Benz, Ferraris, and Range Rovers. But the world, that all doesn't matter. And I fully agree with our legend today, Bikram Dasgupta ji, who's here in sharing his wisdom in his third book, the BDG Diaries. It says, it's the important how we change, bring about change in people's lives. And even if we do it in few people's lives, it's much more valuable than millions and millions, whether you have it in mansions, cars, or the bank account. Very well said. And that's why the Globsyn School of Business is churning out one very interesting thing, Chief, what you're doing. You are catering your School of Business to the middle class community in surrounding in West Bengal state. And I'm told that you have a very unique fee structure. So it makes it easy for middle class children and kids and young people to get the state-of-art education from a very reputed school of business at very affordable fees, which is not available anywhere else in India. Could you tell us that, or Ranjana ji, you could explain a little bit about your fee structure in the Globsyn School of Business, which is very unique.
Yeah, the whole strategy, what my son explained to you, strategically, what is the right way, I think they derived. But the core of the whole thought was that it has to be catering to the middle class people, and the second tier students should be able to go in the next level and deal with life or their work or career in a more better way. And the vision should be wider. We always wanted, which was Bikram's vision, that the vision has to be right, the thinking has to be big, and then you bring it to yourself, and then you dot the map. Then you can do something bigger if it won't be very small. So I think how to match it, this fee structure was one such thing which had to be dealt with. Because it was again what my son was explaining to you.
With the medium income of the family.
Middle income, when their sons pass out, the income has doubled with the son's income. Whatever the way they are recruiting people or getting the job or the package, whatever they are going.
All our viewers, please see, scrolling down the screen, you'll see the website where you can access of the Globsyn School of Business and learn about the various facets, unique courses where you're blending you to make you one of the greatest entrepreneurs in the country and the globe. They have over 7,000 alumni, and the alumni is very interactive. Ranjana ji, you head the Bikram Dasgupta Foundation, and it's touched many lives through its social impactful programs. Which project has been closest to your heart, and what impact it has been created within the community?
In Bikram Dasgupta Foundation, one of the segment is Kalyani Youth Leadership Forum, which our business school students volunteer, which my son was, I think, telling you. He
Okay.
will explain once he's here.
Uh-huh.
So I think 3 areas we impacted a lot. That is special children, because one of my nephew is a special child. I realize what are the issues the family faces if they have a special child in the family. So I extensively work with them, and I will say when I worked with them, I learned one thing from them. That is, I realized that love is not a factor of brain or mind. It's a factor of heart. Even if you do not have the brain, which the special children they don't have, they connect instantly through heart if embrace them with love.
Very well
And
said.
that was the learning I learned from those special children.
Very well
That
said.
love is not a factor of mind or brain. It is definitely a factor of heart.
Wow,
So
wow,
we
wonderful.
can't lose the heart ever. Then we lose our loved ones.
Very well said. Very, very well said. Chief, on that note, your father, could you mention his name to our viewers and give us a spotlight on him, because he instilled in you a sense of socialism, rather than capitalism, and which till today you're following your father's ideal, and you have a part of the institution named after him. Please tell our viewers about that.
Sure. Thank you so much for giving me the opportunity. We have a center of excellence in our campus here, which is named after my father. And
His name?
Sukamal Dasgupta.
Sukamal Dasgupta. Please go ahead.
He's passed away, but
Yeah, I know. And your mother's name was Kalyani, and that's the
Dasgupta.
young foundation which Ranjana Ji was
Kalyani
secretary.
Youth Leadership.
Yes, please go ahead.
my mother, just to tell them little separately,
Please.
my mother was a true philanthropist.
Uh-huh.
She used to cry sitting in the window panes of my Hyderabad Malakpet house. Then there was a beggar outside. So I used to tell her, "Why are you crying? Why don't you go and give something to this old lady? She's crying because she must be looking for food." My concept of philanthropy started from that day.
How old were you at then?
I was all of early 20s.
Early 20s, okay.
And she was doing that from a window pane, mind you, first floor. And that old lady was on the street level. This carried on with me in the next level of my stay. I went to Bhutan on a holiday,
Uh-huh.
and I followed a 90-plus-year-old lady, was almost down to that height. And she used to pray every day. I used to just follow her. I developed this idea further there, and that carried on for years. And my wife still does it. So we do a lot of philanthropy. Old age homes where people have lost their husband, basically old people, and they need support, and we support them. Many families in India, Hyderabad, Visakhapatnam, and other places. So that's how it all started, and it still carries on.
Fantastic, fantastic. No, as the Ranjana Ji, as a husband and wife team, leading businesses and philanthropical initiatives together, like you just said, how do you balance both of your professional responsibilities, family life, and a shared commitment to social change? Tell us about your hobbies, your pastime, and anything you want to share about that. Because both of you are so happy together, and the family, in spite of all your business achievements, your philanthropical attitude, what is that magic?
So I can talk about myself, like whatever he was doing on the professional front, apart from the passion, I'll just put the passion a little bit here. I worked on his passion and supported in his passion. On the professional side, office front, which is very administrative, coming to office, I did not participate much. My time and energy, whatever I gave to him, was feeding to his core, so that he is on his course. That community surveys, like working for people, all his projects had to be for people, selfless work essentially. And by taking care of the whole family, when his father, all whatever family has to do in extended family even, I took care, and that released him of time.
Time.
He was giving 100%, 19 to 20 hours for his work, and I never complained. If that is a contribution, I contributed.
That's the
I
secret
tried
of
to
both of your
manage-
success.
I try to manage the home front so that I don't complain and bring him back all the time that you do this. So he was free to do what he wanted to do. That was the magic, I think.
Fantastic, yeah. Dasgupta ji, India is positioning itself today as a global technology and innovation powerhouse. Now, what opportunities do you believe the next generation of Indian entrepreneurs, Gen Z, should seize to do over the coming decade, the next 10 years? Your advice to the Gen Z.
First and foremost, I think we must be willing to learn from them.
Very well said.
They are far, far more ready than us and what we were at their age. And if we are, as parents, if we are open to learn from them, I think world will be a different place. And both of us, me and my wife, discuss this very often. And I think that's the way to grow and take our tree further downwards. Because things have changed so much in India. I mean, you look like being an Indian. As I discussed with you, as you travel around the world, you must be seeing that yourself. And it's a wonderful place now for youngsters to learn.
You heard just now the golden words from the living legend Bikram Dasgupta saying, when the question was put in, what is his advice to Gen Z? He said, we as the elder generation must learn from them. And that's the biggest takeaway he's telling all of us. The golden words of Bikram Dasgupta is, we have to learn from Gen Z because they know much more. And that's the mantra going forward for the next 10 years.
Absolutely.
And if we can do that, India will be on the top of the world and the world will be a much better place.
Absolutely.
And Chief, it's been an inspiring conversation with both of you all. And I think the journey of Bikram Dasgupta and Ranjana Dasgupta reminds us that true success is not measured solely by business achievements, but by the lives they touched, the opportunities they created, and the legacy you all leave behind. And from helping usher India's revolutionary technology revolution in its formative years in nurturing innovation, education, and social impact through the Globsyn group of institutions and the Bikram Dasgupta Foundation, your story reflects the power of vision, perseverance, resilience, and purpose-driven leadership. Our audience would like to get to know a little bit about you all a little more personally. You all are becoming icons for them. And so, Ranjana, could you describe Bikram Ji in 3 words or 3 adjectives from your eyes?
From my eye is a bundle of energy.
Bundle of energy, good.
And with always searching for a larger purpose so that life becomes meaningful. Like he was unwell for last 1.5 years, but still he keeps on searching. If I came back from that kind of accident, then what could be my purpose of life today? So he's still struggling to find that what is the purpose that I came back. So he lives with purpose, which is selfless and large in nature for the community.
Fantastic. Bikram Ji, how will you describe the love of your life, your companion, Ranjana Ji, in 3 words or 3 adjectives?
Oh, she's too focused.
Too focused, interesting.
Now, there's so much to learn. She leads her own life with examples. So I think she has been a wonderful mother and an excellent housewife.
Excellent.
So I think a little bit rigid, I must say. She should learn to become a little more relaxed, not compromise on her enjoyment, on her free life. If she does that, I think everything is done.
Wow, fantastic. Very well said. Now, our audience would like to know, who are your 3 heroes or 3 mentors if you're given an opportunity to take three people out for dinner from past or present, who would those three people be? It'll just reflect on you all.
Well, taking out for dinner, or I can say that which the couples which influenced me, and I thought they made a difference in my life in the way I think.
Yes, your role models, your mentors. Yeah.
So, if it has to be a power couple, then I'll say Mr. and Mrs. Narayan Murthy, Sudha Murthy. and
Okay,
Mr.
good.
Because they live their life in, very independently, not physically, in their thought process. They both allow each other to think the way they want to think, and they want to contribute to the society, which really it has touched me always. And secondly, I will say two couples who are not there. Normally, people will not say that they are the power couple. That is my set of parents, my mother and my father. How they taught me is that in their time, my parents taught me that there is no hard and fast of doing this work and that work for male or female. Like my mother was a working lady, and she taught me, and this helped us in studies. On the other hand, my father helped her to cook in the house, because I am brought up in an environment which was a middle class family, both parents working, and work was never a taboo. Like a male can do female's work, a female can do. So I am brought up in that kind of environment. So I think in today's context, when I try to understand youngster or my daughter-in-laws, that has helped me to have maintain good relationship with them, with the youngster, like how to look at life. So if my son is cooking, I will never say, oh, my daughter-in-law, why is she? Because I've seen that. When both are working, they have to help each other. So I think internally it has helped me to evolve as a person. So if I name a power couple, I would not know exactly what's going on, whether it is influencing me externally. But these are the people who have really influenced me in my travel of life.
Right.
And another set of is his parents. Like his mother, Bikram Dasgupta's mother, when I got married, Kalyani, she allowed me to be myself. Because the day I got married, in a normal middle class Hindu family, first thing they tell the daughter-in-laws, go and do this puja, this is the ritual, this is you have to learn. And she was a lady, never dictated anything to me. She said, you learn it through your awareness and common sense and apply that, and I'm telling you, one day you will win it. So I think these are the set of two couples, his parents and my parents. I wish they were alive today. I could have taken them out for dinner. But they really influenced my character, how I should live as a human being when I am taking responsibility of starting my own journey with Bikram.
Thank you so much, Ranjana ji, for sharing your mentors, your role models, and I'm sure it will resonate with our global audience. And thank you both for sharing your wisdom, your experience and aspirations, and your journey serves as a very powerful reminder that entrepreneurship and philanthropy can work together to create a lasting change. We all, our viewers, join in celebrating two exceptional leaders, change makers, and nation builders, Ranjana Dasgupta and Bikram Dasgupta. Ji, in closing, we'd like the living legend to talk to our audience, give them your closing remarks, your advice, your message to our million viewers today. Please go ahead, Bikram ji. This is your opportunity to leave. Tell whatever you want to our viewers, your closing message of this enlightening conversation.
I never knew I will have an opportunity to do what you said. Nevertheless, I think just look out of your window, open the glass, and jump.
Wow.
That's it. You'll float, you'll figure out what is required to be done. Don't be afraid of the unknown at all. So I think if you can do that continuously throughout your life, you will be a very wise person.
You heard the words of wisdom to all our viewers from Bikram Dasgupta, our guest today, and his wife Ranjana Dasgupta, two change makers. Go up and look out, open the window, look out, and don't be afraid to jump. And do not fear the unknown. Such wise words of wisdom. Sir, it's been such a wonderful opportunity for all of us. Thank you so much for joining us today
Pleasure.
on the show. And it is a learning experience to everybody. And here we have the last book of Mr. Bikram Dasgupta, and through the eyes of media. And if you scroll through these books, you will see some very interesting. Here comes Dell, going back to 1999. And this was how Bikram Dasgupta ji looked at that time, as you can see in the camera. You can zero into it. And it's a very important. And then the mother of all, another article which appeared in the business world in December 1992, Mother of All Deals. And this book has chronologized all the media nitbits which has come in. There's a Globsyn Finishing School's convocation on this page. Do get into the website, see how you can go and get your higher education of enlightenment and excellence by enrolling in this wonderful institution of innovation and higher learning. They also have a lab. It says here, he was the workforce development and skill development, integrated skill labs. Another article of him. So here we are with us, pioneers. Thank you so much for joining. And to close with, the Times of India on August 23rd, 2022 in Kolkata says, our mission is to give, Ranjana ji, could you read the title from there, please?
On a mission to give ailing kids, senior citizens a better life.
And that's the goal of Bikram Dasgupta Foundation. Thank you all. Thanks.
Thank you.
Thank you. Thank you.
Huge thanks to everyone who tunes in to Dr. VGP's podcast. We've received the YouTube silver play button for reaching 100,000 subscribers and counting. We sincerely thank you for being part of this wonderful journey with us. Click on the subscribe button and hit the bell icon to notify you with all our future podcast contents. Thank you again.
Dear viewers, elevate your business to new heights and reach 35 million potential customers with Global Eye Digital. Contact us today at globaleyedigital@gmail.com or info@globaleyedigital.com. Let's take your business global.
Welcome to the future of medical science. At Soft Landing Labs, we go beyond the basics of drug confirmation and quantification. Using advanced LC-MSMS technology and our own proprietary software, we deliver accurate, fast, and meaningful results. We're the only lab offering color-coded reports and a web platform with medication tracking and drug trail interpretation. Our personable professionals, ethical practices, and 24-hour stat testing mean you're never left waiting. From doctor shopping alerts to provider video support, we've thought of everything to help you stay compliant and informed. Soft Landing Labs. Accuracy, innovation, care. Soft Landing Labs, your trusted partner for drug-free communities.
Fusion Systems and Services, a powerhouse in innovation, delivering transformative technology solutions. With our groundbreaking cloud-ready product, ITIS, leading the industry as the ultimate RPA solution, trusted by top global enterprises. From mobile application testing to middleware automation, from big data integration to SAP automation, and even Salesforce automation, Fusion Systems is your strategic partner for success. No challenge is too big, no system is too complex. Empower your business with Fusion Systems. Visit us now at fusionsystemsinc.com and revolutionize your future.